He would go out at sunrise, chanting, dancing to his name. Haribo, Haribo. He would wake up everyone, rise and rejoice to the name. Haribo, Haribo. Mukunda Madhava, Govinda Hari, Haribo, Haribo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come to taste and give away the sweetness of his brain. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all you have to do is take to the sweet chanting of his name. Haribo, Haribo. Every day the sun will rise, and every day the sun will set. Haribo, Haribo. What's the value of your life if devotion you don't get? Haribo, Haribo. Take the name into your heart, take it with you when you part. Haribo, Haribo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come to taste and give away the sweetness of his brain. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
OGE Beats.
Welcome everybody. Here we go. Let's call the Lord of the heart. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Nityananda Gauranga, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Nityananda Gauranga, Nityananda Gauranga, Nityananda Gauranga, Nityananda Gauranga, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Hare Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Purchase your tracks today.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Purchase your tracks today.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Purchase your tracks today.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare
Purchase your tracks today.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Purchase your tracks today.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna. Okay. Turn your mics on.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram.
Hare Krishna, Hare Ram.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama.
Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Rama Rama Hare
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 Rama, Hare Rama.
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna.
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Hare Hare Rama Rama
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
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 Rama.
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna.
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Hare
Rama Rama,
Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare
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 Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama Hare
Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama.
Rama Hare Hare Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Krishna.
Rama Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Rama Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare Hare
Hare Rama.
Krishna Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna.
Hare Hare
Krishna
Rama Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare Hare Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama.
Hare Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare
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 Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare. Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama.
Rama
Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna.
Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama
Rama
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare Rama
Hare Rama,
Rama
Hare Rama.
Rama Rama Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Rama.
Rama Hare Rama
Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama Hare Hare
Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna.
Hari
Hare
Ram, Hari
Rama,
Ram.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna
Krishna
Hari
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hari Hari
Rama,
Hari
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Hari
Hare,
Rama
Krishna
Rama Rama Hari Hari Hari
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hari 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 Rama Rama
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Hari Hari Hari
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare
Hari Hari
Hare,
Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Rama Rama,
Rama Hari Hari
Hare
Hari
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hari Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hari
Krishna.
Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hari Hari
Krishna, Hare
Hari
Hare.
Rama Hari
Hare
Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama
Rama
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hari
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hari
Hare
Rama,
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 Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hari
Hare
Hari,
Hare,
Hari
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hari
Krishna.
Krishna, 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 Hari Hari. Hari Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Krishna,
Hare
Hari
Krishna,
Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama, Rama, Hari
Rama
Hari.
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Hari Hari. Hari
Hare.
Ram,
Hare
Hari
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hari
Hare
Hari, Hari Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hari
Krishna
Hari,
Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hari Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama, Hari
Rama
Hari,
Rama,
Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hari Rama,
Hare
Rama, Rama,
Hare,
Hari
Hare
Hari, Hari Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hari
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hari
Rama,
Rama, Hari
Rama
Rama,
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 Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hari Hari, Hari Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, 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 Hari
Hare
Hari,
Hare,
Hari
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hari
Hare
Rama,
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 Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hari
Hare
Hari,
Hare,
Hari Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
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 Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hari Hari,
Hare,
Hari
Rama
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
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 Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hari
Hare
Hari,
Hare,
Hari Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama, Hari
Rama
Hari, Hari
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Hari Hari,
Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hari Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hari
Hare.
Hari, Hari Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hari
Rama,
Hari, Hari
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hari Hari, Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Yes, Jesus,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Srila,
Jesus,
Jesus, Srila Prabhupada,
Srila
Srila Prabhupada,
Prabhupada.
Jesus, Sri Krishna Chaitanya,
Srila
Sri Krishna Chaitanya,
Prabhupada.
Nityananda, 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 Sri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hari Hari
Hare
Hari
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hari
Hare
Hari
Rama, Hare
Hari
Rama.
Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna
Hare
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari
Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama.
Rama Hari
Rama,
Hari
Hare Hare,
Hari
Hare
Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama
Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama.
Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare.
Hari
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama.
Hari Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Rama
Hare
Hari
Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Rama
Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama
Rama.
Rama Rama Hari Hari
Rama,
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna Hari Hari Hari
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Rama Rama Hari
Hare
Hari Hari
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama.
Hari Krishna Krishna
Rama Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Hare.
Hari Hari Rama Hari Rama Sri Krishna Chaitanya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Sri Krishna Sri Krishna Chaitanya Sri Krishna Sri Krishna Chaitanya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Sri
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Chaitanya Sri Krishna Chaitanya
Krishna Chaitanya. Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
Nityananda
Rama Rama. Hare
Nityananda
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Nityananda
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Nityananda
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Nityananda 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 Sri Krishna Chaitanya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Jesus 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama Hare Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama.
Hare Hare Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare
Hare Krishna,
Rama
Hare Krishna.
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare Rama Hare
Rama
Rama
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Rama, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Rama,
Rama, Rama Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Hare Rama
Rama,
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 Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, 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 Rama,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, 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 Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
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 Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama, Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna
Jaya
Krishna,
Jaya Sri
Hare
Chaitanya
Rama,
Prabhu
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Sri Chaitanya Chandra Jaya Gora Bhakta
Jai Gaur.
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jai Jai Shri
Jaya
Chaitanya
Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Sri Chaitanya Chandra Jaya Gora Bhakta
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Jaya
Jai
Sri
Jai Shri
Chaitanya
Chaitanya
Jaya
Jai
Nityananda
Nityananda
Jaya Shri
Jai Shri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaur Bhakta Vrinda.
Here's a great verse. I never actually spoke this one before. Completely new and original. Are you ready for it? Are you ready for it?
Yes.
To those who are constantly devoted to me, to serving me with love, I give them the understanding by which they come to me. Isn't that an amazing verse? I've never heard that one before. It's like so fresh and new. I was chanting and thinking about that. I said, that's so amazing, man. Why couldn't I have understood that verse before? You know, why is it like the essence of everything? You know, again and again and again and again. Yeah. You know, as I was listening to like TikTok, you know, and Facebook, you know, and all the news, you know, everybody is listen to this. You know, it's just kind of like an extension of the newspaper, the what we have here in the world. You know, it's like it's just the magnified newspaper that they got. You know, newspaper is always bad news. You know, catches people's attention. You know, brings it right down to the negative news. The worse, the better. Matter of fact, the government started to get in on it. They say, realize this is the best way to capture people's attention. Bad news. And then they got the TV. You know, TV came out, the radio. Oh wow, this is the best way to capture people's attention. See, the government. You know, who's the government? Government is the Lord's servant, right? In the level of the material world in Maya. How else are you going to keep people in prison unless you capture their attention? Because if they put their attention, if they know where to put their attention, they can be free or imprisoned. See, wherever you put your attention is where you're going to end up, either in prison or eternally free. Isn't that amazing? That's simple. Bhagavad Gita 10:10. So Bhagavad Gita 10:10. To those who worship Krishna with loving ecstasy, I give them the understanding. See, this kind of stuff. Wow, all my life I've been watching the bad news and I've been miserable. My life has been inauspicious. Nothing but bad things happen to me. And I thought, you ever heard that? Why do bad things happen to good people? Because you ate the apple way back when in the garden. Didn't God say, don't eat apple from that fruit? Don't eat the fruit from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. So that's why bad things happen to good people. It's a lesson. It's not good enough to be a goody two-shoes. Still, some bad's going to come up your way. Yeah. See, that's Lord Caitanya realized the same thing. He even quotes it many times. He says, the essence of a scripture, he says, I shall attain Krishna by meditating on the Supreme Lord, meditating on his name. See? You start to worship that name because the love, the real, true love awakens in you. The love that, see, that's why you put your attention on real devotees, not fake ones. They don't have that love, man. That's a Maya thing. Capture attention. Yes, listen to my stuff, my speculation, because I'm not one of those Bhagavad Gita 10:10s in person. Okay? Listen to me. Listen to my speculation. Oh yes, I'm Gurudev. See my checklist. See all these concepts that float in the realm of speculation and keep you there. They don't listen to the real books of Prabhupada, because if you do, but they have to be spoken by a realized soul. See, one who has the real understanding, that's the real authority. That's why many are called and a few are chosen. So if people are addicted to listening to speculations or negative news or positive news, they think, I believe in positive thinking, that's going to save me. I believe if I eat this, I'm going to be saved. It's amazing that even in that realm, Maya is amazing because I like, because oh yeah, if you eat this, if you become a vegan, then you'll be saved. And then somebody else comes up on the internet and says, but if you become a meat eater and you eat only beef, you'll be happy and it works. And then they have all these testimonies, people eating beef, and they have all these people, vegans, and then everybody's fully confused because they can't find shelter, because you got the beef eaters glorifying beef eating and you got vegans glorifying veganism, and they all have these great arguments. And then the Brahmins get in the act, yes, you'll be saved if you become a vegetarian. Okay? But nobody finds the real shelter. Somebody else comes along with another good argument on the level of the mind. See, it's all on the level of the mind. That's how Maya captures. I'll tell you a little secret. Why? Because the Lord tells me these secrets I share. See? Show and tell. The Lord shows me. I tell the world. Why not, man? I love it, man. It's fun. It's a nice game. They did that as kids. When I was a kid, I went to school. They had show and tell. Show us what you made or realized or understood, and you show us. What the world told you, showed you. It's a kid's game here. It's a new game, Krishna's game. Show and tell. What has the Lord showed you today? See? That's the basis of Lalita's classes, or anybody's classes here. River's classes, when she gives her class, it's got to be the basis, man. What is the Lord showing you? You show the world. Wasn't that the basis of Jesus Christ's teaching? Whatever the Lord showed him, he showed the world. Give and it shall be given unto you, because he certainly wasn't a rich person. I'm amazed the preaching of these rich people nowadays, on Facebook, these guys have so much wealth and they say, yes, Jesus Christ is our king, and that's it. And then their whole talk is about, well, look at my Maserati. Look at the house I live in with the big pool, and on and on. And you could be like that too. Jesus can be your king and you'll be a rich person. See, never rich in devotion, never the essence of truth. Yeah, you'll be rich when you're rich in devotion, when you come in a society, just the essence here, If people just listen to these talks, lead you right into the kingdom. Yeah, you want to be rich in devotion, you'll get everything. Then you attract the king of all kings, king of the demigods. The guy, the prince of Vrindavan, just having a good time with Radha. Why? Because she has big devotion, man. He only likes to associate with devotees. So don't come here, man. No. You don't want to become a devotee. Go out there and get the real riches from the ones who just talk about it. Yeah, Jesus is our king, but what's really the king is our big car. See? And let us draw your attention to all the negative news. See, to get you in fear so you'll buy gold from us and all kinds of stuff, man, But I kind of do the same thing, I guess. Let me draw your attention to how you're going to be cut down by Maya unless you put your attention on the transcendental lords with the help of the devotees who give you the potency to do it. The enthusiasm, the attachment, so that you want to do it and want to do it more. And enthuse the Lord to come closer to you. And you want to come closer to the Lord. See? Because your love is burning brighter and brighter and brighter. And you're realizing, wow, this is it. This is it. This is it. This is it. Let me tell the world. What do you think Jesus was talking and sharing? Because it was so good what he had. My God, if the living entities knew this, they could be eternally happy like me. They would have the real shelter of the true Lord. who gives the true shelter. Why? You get real knowledge better than the Illuminati have. You know, these 33-degree Masons are just small fries to me. They're so busy trying to control people in the world, and I just get the whole thing. I just control the Lord, who's everything's in him. Why not get the golden goose? Why do you want to worry about all the eggs out there? And it's so hard. These guys are working meetings all the time, lying to people, cheating, creating karma. They can't get out of karma. And I'm out of everything, man. Out of karma. I'm free. Free in the Lord, just like Jesus said, be free in me. I go in Jesus, not only Jesus. I was telling this lady, got our friendship back. This lady, I told her, I said, listen, if you're not interested in me and my truth, I'll be on my way. Wow, actually, I would like to learn a few things. See, you just got to be in your truth and be willing to lose. I say, hey, listen, man, I'm busy. I got my real friends here. I don't want to be hearing about rituals. Man, I'm the ritual. All I do is open my mouth and the Lord is there. I don't need any ceremonies. Oh, really? Yeah, really. That's why I live good, man. Yeah. People struggling. A Christian struggler. She's struggling. Well, man, you gotta meet my friend, Lord Caitanya. I had her watch a video. I said, you see, these are my friends up there. Yeah, you got to take control, by be yourself and be, preaching, share. What is your message, man? Oh, I felt so empowered, man. Man, this is it, man. I just got to be real. I'm not going to hold back. And, I shake my dust off my feet if you're not interested in this glorious message. Yeah, you want to be free or not? Got to take control by showing the real controller, the deep, and a deep, how deep it can go, and share your depth, whatever that is, with the world. They need it. They want it. They're looking for it. They're looking. Who wants to suffer, man? They just don't know. God said in the Bible, my people are being destroyed because of ignorance, lack of information. Even the demons, even Klaus Schwab, he's being destroyed because of lack of understanding. They think they have it. Oh yeah, it's all about that. No, it ain't. You're still. These guys are still in karma. I'm free of karma because I have the essence of information, the essence of truth. That's why Jesus said he was so into truth. The truth will set you free. The Lord's looking for spirit worship in truth because everything's there. Bhagavad Gita 10:10 is that verse he spoke to the lady at the well. The Lord is looking for worship in spirit and truth. And that's why the verse is there. To those who worship the Lord with loving ecstasy, that's the spirit he's looking for. That's the spirit. I could just hear Lord Caitanya and Krishna saying, that's the spirit I'm looking for. Hang out with my devotees who have that spirit, not my fakes, not my ones who, I'm just, I'm here just using that like I use it. Distinguish the truth. The truth is Bhagavad Gita 10 in a person. See, in a person. Because if that ain't in the person, the Lord is that verse. And if he's not in you and live and kicking Maya's ass, then you can't lead people quickly into the kingdom. You can't even lead them in the kingdom. You lead them off a cliff and they got to try again. You failed your city. It's a Marvel superheroes. You ever hear them say that? The Arrow. I failed my city. Yeah, everybody's failing. The city here. This is a city. We're in charge. You're a mayor. Everybody, you mayor of your city, man. Are you ruling your city, Mike? Yeah, do you have devotion there? It's the only way to rule this city, man, with real bhakti, the real shelter of God, The Lord has to take his seat here. People don't know that. They're being destroyed because of lack of understanding how this works, that you're a soul, man. You're meant to have God take his seat in your heart where you feel it, man. You feel the Lord seated there. And you feel the bliss of that, the purification of that, the inspiration of that, the truth of that. And you're set free. And then you set others free too. Like, hey, come on, let's look. Come on, hang out with us. Let us show you who we're looking at, man. Yeah, otherwise everybody's in the illusion, they're meditating on, well, this Maya's going to do to us today. Oh, it's going to be a 15-minute city. Oh, it's going to be this. And the demons are all, yeah, let's drum up this because we will get their attention. How are you going to get people's attention? See, that's that's how they draw the energy, you know? This is the matrix, the idea. They draw things from battery, but they need your attention because it hooks you up as a battery source. And that's the connecting wire is your attention. Okay? So let's see, how can we draw some energy? Let's tell how we're going to destroy the world. Let's get them in fear about a nuclear weapon. Let's do this. And see, they're drawing energy from your attention there. See, that's the matrix explained. How do you ever see that they have all these symbols in the matrix, people hooked up as battery. But how does that work? That's the way it works. That's how people are being used as battery. That's why even myself, I'm learning these things. The Lord, but I see I have a helper, right? Jesus said, I'm going to get you the helper. Well, I got that helper. It helps me learn how his Maya is working. It's important to know how his Maya is working. Not to be broadsided by it, like some of the devotees here, they're broadsided by the Maya. They don't believe what I say. Boy, they don't believe in Maya Tattva. You're being broadsided if you believe in that. You give your attention, Willie, just, oh yeah, just stick it up, Maya. I'll let you finish it. Yeah. Oops, what happened here? Oh. Where was I, man? I got lost. Oh, Bhagavad Gita 10:10. Okay. See, my thoughts of my pure devotees dwell in me. See, if you got devotion, if you worship the Lord with loving ecstasy, then that's you. You're a pure devotee. And your thoughts dwell in Krishna. Well, who is that, man? That's the scripture. That's all these wonderful scriptures. We have so many things, just like Maya has so many things to dwell in her, right? And it's always like, listen to this miserable thing that's going to happen to you. If you think about it, if you think about this, see, that's the Lord in that form of illusion. See, but the thoughts of the Lord's devotees, who have real devotion, pure love, right? Dwell in Krishna. What is that? Bhagavad Gita 10:10 right here. What is going on here? Everything is it's going haywire.
Something changed in your voice, Guru.
Yeah, there's something happening with. Oh, okay. I know what happened. Okay, just a second. Yeah, my little box went out because I didn't have it charged. Hare Krishna. There we go. Okay.
Bluetooth connected.
Yeah. Okay, but it should be back, right? Yeah. Yeah. Thoughts of my pure devotees dwell in me. Who is that me? Well, that's these verses. That's the holy name. It's that simple. It's just a flip of a switch from this way to that way. And how are you going to get to be able to do that, because this kind of, even the Christians know, St. Paul knew this. He said, the natural man is not interested in the words of God. You can't dwell in the truth. See, the truth will set you free, but you can't dwell in it unless you get the Spirit. You needed a person like Jesus. You need one of their real followers who got the Spirit, man. They know what that Spirit that Jesus had, because it's in them also. Well, you need the same thing in Vaishnavism. You need those who have the Spirit of that was in Lord Caitanya Nityananda. See, that's here. That's the uniqueness here. That's why our opinion differs from all these opinions, because that Spirit ain't there yet. That's what I've seen. Isn't that true? You don't see it even in your friend, the guru guy there, No, he's still like, you think, well, maybe it's this, maybe it's this, maybe it's in this, maybe it's, he's still searching for it. And he did the imitation trip at first. Yes, I'm a Raghunuga Bhakti. That didn't work either. That nothing works except this. The real Spirit is the real God. See, the real Spirit gives you the real God, the real conception, because, you hear the thoughts of his pure devotees who worship him without guile, without material. I just love this. It's just, you got to really love these words, man. You got to chew them nicely and spit them out at everybody. Holy spit. Where do you hear classes so crazy as this, huh? Crazy, amazing. I'm amazed myself. It's not easy to make a better class every day. I mean, it's an impossible thing to do. It's like an artist on a canvas. Carl Schwab takes the whole world to make, he says, I'm going to shape the world the way I like it. It's just a dystopian like love. He thinks something that just make everybody miserable except him. He likes his creation. See, demons, they love their dystopian creations. See? Yeah. See? I like to just take Krishna and shape him, in spontaneously, like he's the canvas, man, just spontaneously, just shape him. It takes, you have to be complete in the Lord to shape God. He won't let anybody shape him. That's the secret of being guru. He gets Krishna in shape in the form of disciples. He gets him in shape. He's part of the bhakti coach. Get him in shape. This is how you do it, man. Bhagavad Gita 10:10, man. Come on, let's get that. Come here, hang out here. Let's get yourself purified. Let's take some of those clothing off of the false ego. Janardhan knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, let's get let's get that love going, man. Yeah. Let's get some attachment to the word, to the name. You need the devotees for that, man. Otherwise, you're just hovering on speculation on what you think Bhagavad Gita 10:10 is. I guarantee you there's so many people with Bhakti Shastra degrees on the wall. They have no idea of that verse because that love is not in them. How can they have any idea? That love is pure. That love is uncommon. That love is a gift from Lord Caitanya through the real line even today in 2023. What month is this? April 8th. It's a gift. So get it before the calendar runs out, man. Your calendar, man. It's only available with this very rare, this Sangha is a very rare opportunity for all the Vaishnavas as far as I could see. I haven't found anybody with this love that we see just hovering like a cloud in our little Sangha here in any other Sangha. They have all these other clouds and it's kind of cloudy. Literally, I didn't see it. This here's like the sun and the moon out at the same time. The sun of the absolute truth. Boy, bright, can see everything. And the moon, the emotions there, and they're just out. You see, when you come here, you see the sun and the moon. Oh, you see the revival of that verse in person. Oh, in many persons here. The sun and the moon arose simultaneously in Navadvip. That sun and moon has arisen again. The Messiah is not going to come in that. You remember this? It's just a repeat of that. That's all that verse when Jesus opened the scripture. I've been anointed by the Spirit of the Lord. See, the spirit of devotion. To free the captives. I know the truth now. Set me free. Let me set some of my brothers and sisters free who will listen to my crazy sanity. Seems crazy to so-called normal people, normal worshipers of God. No, you need abnormal, beyond normal, above normal, above. You need somebody with transcendental abs, man, ripped. Don't look at the external body. You might be bewildered. Think, that can't be. No, I'm looking for the Messiah to be ripped. You know, you ever see some of those pictures of Jesus? He's ripped, man. You know, it looks like, yeah, that's the Jesus I'm looking for, man. You know, one guy he was a real Christian devotee. He used to have visions. You know, I listened when I flipped over to Jesus only. And I found out that wasn't as auspicious. This guy had visions. He said, I had a vision of Jesus, man. And I was right there with Jesus. And I said, I couldn't believe it. He smelled bad because he didn't take a bath. He was out there, you know, think about it. Jesus was out there in the wilderness, you know, moving around. And a lot of times he's in the desert. In the desert, not only the desert with them, but with his disciples, they didn't take a bath for days sometimes. Where was the water, you know, to take a bath even? He said, yeah, I just happened to catch him at that time, you know. And he's there, they're all smelling so, because you're used to like everybody taking a bath. They got used to it because they're, yeah, well, you know, we go for days without taking a bath because that's what we do to get the message out. They don't have modern conveniences like a shower in the other room. They're out there camping out, man. They're lucky if they get a little bit of water. You know, they ain't going to use it for a bath either. They're going to. Oh, that is terrible. No, Jesus smelled like flowers. Yeah. Yeah, he did. Spiritually, you know, spiritually. I tell you, I love this worship. It gets me on beyond the symbols. Otherwise, it's just man and his. There was a book called by a psychologist, Man and His Symbols. And that's all it is to people, a bunch of symbols. They don't know what they mean. Even the demons or the humans, you know, they're bewildered by the symbols that the demons know what they're doing. Those symbols are all their rituals and everything. They get power from rituals. Christians get power from rituals. Vaishnavas get power from rituals, but that's nothing compared to this power from this ritual when you're the ritual, man. When you worship the Lord according to this verse, and that because you got the power in you and you got that power from those who are the book distributors. See, the real distributor, people say, I'm a book distributor for, yeah, no, this is the book. We distribute the real book. I mean, you distribute the real book, but people don't understand it because you're not Bhagavad Gita 10:10. You can't give people, you give them the real book and you know, they'll probably have to figure something out on their own. Because what you're giving them isn't you know, it's not, you can't pull the sword out of the book and destroy the illusion. See, only devotees. See, my thoughts of my puritan devotees dwell in me. See, dwell in the truth, man. It's so great, isn't it? To dwell in the truth. That's having the shelter of the Lord, because you've got the power to dwell in the Lord, the true Lord, not the speculating on the Lord. That's not enough. You cannot attain the Lord by speculation. I don't care how many titles you heap on your illusion, how many followers you got following your speculations, how clean your dhoti is, and how many symbols that you have on your body that you don't understand or you're using to worship God that you don't understand. Yeah, that's for babies, beginners. We got beginner gurus now, and that's why they crank out beginner disciples who stay beginners until they understand this truth. If you don't think these classes are phenomenal and fantastic, simply because we tell you the verse as it is, it's not so hard to understand. Can you understand it now? The thoughts of my devotees dwell in me, and why that happens? Because you're a devotee, a real devotee, man. You want to be in God. You know that this book, Bhagavat, is the Lord. Those verses are God, man. My thoughts dwell in that because of that attachment to those verses. They're my life, man. They give me the source of this power. This understanding is what gives me the impetus to act in this world, to smash the illusion. Otherwise, you got no power you can't deliver your disciples. That was Lord Chaitanya's beef with Devananda Pandit, the vegetarian. What is this guy, man? He's preaching, he's saying all the right words. But he doesn't know those words because the devotion hasn't awakened him. He doesn't want to even associate with devotees. That's like now in ISKCON and Gaudiya Math and Gaudiya Samiti or anywhere. They don't want to associate with real devotees and understand what they're studying. Without devotion, you cannot understand the Lord by that closeness, that devotion. It's like Mother Yashoda's rope, just lassoing that guy right up close. Then you know everything because you've attracted the Lord who knows everything. Hey, people don't understand this verse. Everything's in this verse. The path is in this verse. The power is in this verse. The understanding is in this verse. Become a devotee by being around those who are anointed with that spirit of attachment to Krishna's name, attachment to Krishna's philosophy, attachment to these truths. That's it, man. Become like a laser like that. And then don't, let all these people, think of me over here. Oh, you see, I'm a poor person. Yeah, of course you're poor. You're not related to deeply in the king. You're not deeply in the verse, in the word, in the name of God. Of course you're poor. Yeah, even the poorest person, the Lord wanted to show you this transcends everything. You could be the poor person, you have a big smile on your face walking down the street because you're rich. Lord Caitanya showed this as most poor people, like Jesus even. Jesus was poor. Didn't have any shoes, walked around without shoes even. And he was rich. And the Lord has poor people, but it's not about just be poor, imitate Jesus, be poor, don't wear shoes. No, it's not about that. That's why the Lord Caitanya came here to show it's about bhakti, man, about the spirit. Just find those rare persons. They might be rich. Pundarik Vijayanidhi was rich. He had a wealthy landowner. And Gadadhar, a complete renunciate. I'm going to take initiation because look at that big bhakti that he has. That's what the Vaishnavas need to know. That's what you need to know, ISKCON. It's about big bhakti, not big external deities and big temples. Find one small devotee with big bhakti and you're out of here forever and you'll liberate many thousands and millions of people. from big bhakti, big devotion. You realize, oh my God, this is the temple, is this verse. This is the way to worship it from real understanding. That's the worship, isn't it? Isn't that the food? Real understanding. Wow, if you understand that verse, you understand where the path is, where the kingdom of God is. It's the devotee, facing the devotee. You understand what Jesus meant, what Vaishnavas mean and teach, really teach. What, you think they're leading you to people who don't have real big bhakti, no real prema bhakti, real pure devotion to the Lord? You think these books of Prabhupada are leading to those persons who don't have that? Come on, man, wake up. Let me throw some cold water on you. It's leading you to that one person. Says, out of many thousands of people who have attained self-realization, hardly one knows me in truth. Can you see anybody around here, these parts, that's like that? The hardly one that knows that true Lord? Well, they're going to give you the true explanation of the verse, and it's going to impress not just your mind, but your heart. You're going to feel the impact of that meteor when it hits the earth, man, and you're that earth. It's going to have impact. It's going to change your life. That's what Nicodemus said about Jesus's words. He says, my God, he didn't necessarily say anything new, but boy, did I learn something from him about the scriptures I couldn't figure out. Simple and profound. That's Vrindavan. That's what they do. That's what we do. Simple and profound, that even a retard can understand this teaching. Teaching that a big sannyasi and a big guru with millions of followers can't understand unless they come and bend that knee to this preaching. Oh, Gore, you think you're so great. No, I think this preaching is great because I got a friend in the unseen helping me. I'm not ashamed of that friend. I'm not ashamed to share what he shares with me. It's anybody who believes this, you're out of here, man. Yeah, I mean, it's very convincing. It's very reasonable. Isn't it reasonable? Oh yeah, find a devotee with devotion and get that seed of bhakti from them by being around them. They're a lit candle, light my candle, light my fire. I thought I had to go to that Jim Morrison to do that, who died in his bathtub. He ain't gonna light your fire. And no baby out there is gonna light your real fire. Devotee is. A candle, a lit candle, a rare one. Out of many thousands of those gurus, you won't find one that has a lit candle that I've seen. So I hear this is the narrow gate. You see how narrow it gets? Why the verse even says, a narrow gate, man, is out of many thousands of self-realized souls, hardly one knows Krishna, God in truth. Can you see anybody around these parts who may fit the bill? They got to explain Krishna so nicely that their explanation is better than anybody else's around. They got to show you that they got big bhakti, man, also. Otherwise, they can't understand the verses. So you'll see both things. You'll see the devotion and you'll see the verse. That means the sun and moon have arisen, the real God and the real devotee, the real spiritual master and his master. That's how it works. Always worked like that. You want to find the real Krishna, you find the real guru. And then you find the real guru, you find the real Krishna. And you know it because you get the gift, right? It's all about receiving the gift, coming to accept the path of ecstatic love. Okay, so you accept the devotion, you come close to the devotion. Come close to the devotee, you come close to the devotion, automatic. See? Then that starts to purify all your anarthas and all your speculations, all these things in the way, your unhappiness, your misery from following these dudes out there, believing in their speculations. You purify all that. And then all of a sudden, then you get this devotion, man, and then boom. Then you meditate on these verses. You become the verse, right? The thoughts of you want to, because boy, these verses are great, man. Wow, the word of God is so much shelter in that. Man, I just feel so much love for the word. There you go. Yeah, that's called love for Krishna in practical sense. Practical. If you don't love the name Hare Krishna Ram, you ain't no lover of God. We need to see some practical demonstration. Like, didn't Lord Caitanya practically demonstrate it? He loved that name. That means he loved the real Krishna, not just all that bullshit they give you, you know. Oh, blah, 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 you know, oh, yeah, I love Krishna, I love Krishna. Where are the tears? Right there, Lalita. Huh? Janardhan, huh? There, River, huh? Tom, where are the tears, man? Where's that holy laughter? Yeah. I don't care. You're a Christian. Where are the tears, man? Where's the holy? Like this lady, you know, I was impressed. She says, she says, actually, I get really ecstatic. And I jump, I know, she's a little private. She says, I don't do this in front of the public because they think I'm weird. But when I worship God, I get all ecstatic and I start, tongues come out and I just jump all over the room. Oh man, that's impressive. Let me show you what we do. And she watches. Oh wow, yeah. See, you can relate. When you have devotion, you relate on that platform, man. And that's why she says, I get revelations and I see, yeah, that's how it is, even for everybody. That's why you can tell who is a devotee. You have some revelation. And by associating, you know, like she was open, like to hearing and learning, and because she could see, wow, you guys seem to have, you know, God, everything you seem really solid. And I'm all, said, yeah, you just deepen your understanding of God, like I did. I was open to taking on this deeper understanding and how it relates to Jesus. And, you know, and this is it, man. And, you know, people can relate to that if they're open. Yeah. Yeah, see, real bhakti. And for the Vaishnavas, they don't know this. We're the first fruits for that, just like when Jesus was here. You know, in that movie with Jesus of Nazareth, the devotees looked at each other, you know, when they started to see the profound importance of Jesus and what it meant for that time. He said, God, you know, they looked around also and said, you know, we're the first fruits of this movement. And they were. Just like we're the first fruits. I'm also looking, I'm sure you guys are looking around. You don't see this kind of fruit anywhere in Vaishnavism. This is the first fruit. See? It first fructified, just like this love of Krishna first fructified in Madhavinda Puri, became the beginning of the line. See, this love of God fructified, and then Krishna appeared and said, because of this ecstatic love, now we're going to spread this in this world. He spread it to Ishvar Puri and some others. And it always has these attributes. You know, Lord Caitanya meets one of the disciples of Madhavinda Puri, and they embrace just strangers, and they start to shake and then cry and laugh and all these symptoms. And the disciple of Madhavinda Puri, who didn't know Lord Caitanya, said, you must have some relationship with Madhavinda Puri. Otherwise, you would not have these ecstatic symptoms. They're only with those who have connection with Madhavinda Puri, because that Brahmin also saw all around. Nobody else had them. Very rare. Just like now, I've been to India so many times. I've been to Vrindavan, I've been to Mayapur. I talk to gurus, the people that are impressed with these gurus. Like Gabriel's impressed with that guru over there in, where is that? Kentucky, or wherever that is. He's impressed. What's there? I'm only impressed with the symptoms that are described in Chaitanya Leela, that are shown and described here in this Sangha. Not in people that, oh yeah, he's appeared. Yeah, what does it look like? Oh, they don't show. Of course they can't show, man. You cannot show this on your own. You have to have the gift. And they're all proud. They're proud. Too proud to take the gift because they don't know its value, right? All they can do is hold even their disciples who might have some, that one lady who has it, she ain't here. Well, because the guru. If her guru was really a guru on this Gaudiya Vaishnava level, you say, hey man, look, there's a whole Sangha of ecstatic devotees over there. You should go associate with them. But that doesn't come from their mouth. If I saw a Sangha of really ecstatic, I'd say, hey man, there you go, man. Why don't you go hang out with them? If I saw some really conclusive Christian, but you can't because they only have that book and they got this sectarian thing and it's a pollution here. I spend a lot of time, I don't want to be polluted with that stuff. I'm here to add, like I said, I finally, and Krishna I felt it clear when I said that, man. I said, listen, I'm here to add to people. You can go on your merry way if you just satisfy with your external rituals. I don't need that anymore. Today's a holy day. It's Easter. I said, every day is Easter for me. I don't have any I'm like St. Paul. You don't even know St. Paul's mind. He said, every day is a holy day to him. He's not, that's my life, man, because I'm connected with Jesus and Lord Caitanya. I'm every day. If I don't live a holy day, if Easter, the arising, Easter, I'm not into that death thing, man. I'm not thinking, Lord, please show me your death. Death? Are you kidding? I want to give me your life, man. Give me your love. Give me your life. Give me your truth. Don't give me death. That's a Jewish thing. You're supposed to have left that, but they revived into death. Yeah. Anyway, that's fine. If that motive, great. But I'm here to add to that. I'm here to add what is the life of Jesus? The life where the words like this, because he had real bhakti, he could love the essence of the scriptures of the Bible and preach that essence. That was his life. That was his blood. His body was broken by the Pharisees and the world because of that. See, my body was broken for you. It was broken because he speaks the truth of his realization that Maya keeps hidden in this world. Maya's keeping hidden. You Vaishnavas in ISKCON and all that, you're still imprisoned. You're oppressed. Because you have gurus who don't have this ecstatic devotion you can see here with your real own eyes. And they will tell you that this is wrong and bad and everything. Therefore, they're an illusion. My body may be broken because maybe they said a hit squat over here because I'm telling the truth. I don't care. It's true. It'll set somebody free out there. Somebody will awaken. Krishna knows his own. He knows those who are ready to get out of that, who are feeling like I'm tired of being oppressed. I'm tired of being misled. I'm tired of this. I want out. I want the real God. Give me, just like some people, they get tired of the Christian bullshit taught by people that don't have the Holy Spirit, who are pretending to. And they say, just give me Jesus. Don't give me religion. See, you come here, you'll abandon all varieties of religion and say, just give me Krishna and Radha. Well, that's what we do here. That's all I need is the love of Krishna. That means you have to be with the real disciplic line, the real power. The real power is that real love, man, gives you the real realizations, the real eyes to get out of this illusion that you're being steeped in by that illusion. I'm sorry, it's my duty. If I'm going to come here and deliver people, I have to deliver them the real conception of the Lord, the real Krishna, and to show, hey, that's not a devotee. If they got no prema, they are not real guru. That's what Jesus said. That's what Lord Caitanya taught. And Gaurahari teaches that also. Prabhupada actually taught it with a little toned down version. And we're teaching it full force to do the full, complete finishing at work for whoever's ready. If not, stay in that obstacle. The real guru removes the obstacles, right? How can I do my job if I don't do my job? You know, I'm here. I give them the order to deliver people. Deliver them the real conception of the Lord. Deliver them the real devotion and the real conception of Krishna and Radha and Lord Caitanya and the real path and the real mercy, the extraordinary mercy of Lord Caitanya. I have no other purpose here. And to relish that, be happy with that, to play with that, to toy with Maya. She's just a toy. Use her. Abuse her a little bit. She likes it. Wow, this is somebody, I got a formidable opponent, finally. She's been dealing with all these wimps. These gurus are wimps. She got them all locked up. And oh yeah, I'll give you. It's kind of like the government, you know. The government comes and the people might even be, you know, sort of sincere. Here, and they drop a bag of money here. Here you go. You just worship me. Just believe. Just be my mouthpiece. That's what they do with the government. That's why the world is like this. They print all this money, and people think money's so valuable, right? And then you go to the newscaster and say, "Here's a bag of money. Here, say what I want you to say." That's what Maya does with you. Here, I'll make you Guru Dave. So, but you got to say what I want you to speculate. Teach the wrong path. See, that's what it's a little higher form of government. Why do you think Krishna says abandon all varieties of religion and surrender to me? And that's the truth that you get from the real devotees. Okay? You surrender to a bona fide spiritual master. What are you doing? Are you surrendering to the body? External body? No, you're surrendering to the word. The word made flesh, coming through some fleshy mouth with sharp teeth. Like a lion's teeth, tearing up the illusion. Why do you think they say Lord Caitanya, lion-like, man? Say just rip to shreds the illusion. King of the jungle is see, this is a big jungle and there's a king. It's got to be a transcendental lion, though. That's why the most important person is the king of the jungle, man. That's a devotee who has the real king. See, they're together and they tear up the Maya, tear people out of this Maya, grab them, carry them right out, and drop them on the bank of the river Braj to look at Krishna forever, right? That's what it's about, man. Look at these verses, play with them. You play with the verses, you're playing with Krishna. Taste them, relish them, chew them, spit them out, spit them at everybody. Holy spit. What do we got here? Boy, a lot of comments as usual. That's how you know a good class, a lot of comments. See, you get you see, this is realizations. You get realizations. Do you get realizations here, Janardhan? You hear it? Get any realizations here today?
Yeah, I'm just thankful because I'm at the beginning, still at the beginning, learning so much from Lalita, from you, and from River, from all the devotees here.
You're learning, huh? Isn't it nice to learn?
Yeah, it's beautiful. In your association, it's beautiful.
Well, we got a good, see, it's just teamwork, family members, man.
All glories to you.
So give us a word. What's going on with your life? Tell us.
At the moment, I'm at the camping place. I'm camping with the caravan for a few days, and on
Wow.
Tuesday I'm going back to work.
Oh, you got a caravan there. You're in Germany still, right?
I'm in Germany, South Germany.
You like Germany?
There.
You like Germany?
It's nice and green here. Nice and green.
You're out in the country?
In the countryside.
Oh,
Yeah.
Countryside. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't go to the cities.
No?
No.
Do you live in the caravan or you live in an apartment?
Apartment, but we use the caravan for camping, for on vacations, and yeah.
Oh, that's great. Awesome. Yeah. What's your city? What city you live in?
Near Regensburg, but we're in the countryside.
Uh-huh. What city is that near? Is that near the city I met you in?
It's about like 2 hours
Oh, okay.
from Munich. Yeah.
Great. Awesome, man. River, thank you there, John. Let's get a word from River here. Give us a word.
Maharaj, I've always kind of been a researcher, researching, looking into whatever I do, really. And with all of David Icke's preaching and everything, none of it was complete. My research was not complete at all. There's so many things missing. There's really so many holes in it. But with your preaching, with conclusive truth, you just lifted it out of all of those holes and made it so complete. Realizing, that was the reason I stopped watching TV, because it was just bad news. Why do I want to keep listening to this stuff again and again and again? And why is David was always talking about fear, how they're pushing in the vibration of fear. You just explained it, how they're doing that and why they're doing that, and how people are just accepting this vibration because they're sheltering under this vibration. The only way, I could have got out, and the only way I could have got further is to come here. With the research that I've been doing, is to come here, because you just made it all complete. You've answered so many things. I didn't know how to do the money thing or the bank thing. Mm-hmm. Where do we go from there? With where do we go when we leave here? All of these things, you just added. Everything is complete. With so many questions you answer. I mean, I listen to you now because you're doing a lot of that kind of stuff that I was researching, but it wasn't. Even though I believed it, I didn't believe it.
Yeah,
I kind of did, but now it's in my face. It's in our face, and it's we hear it from you a lot. But we have the answer. We have the conclusive truth to shelter under as we hear you. When we're in Maya, some of the things that you say can scare us, but we're in the fear of that Maya. We've just been living under that fear. They've been pumping this fear out, and they're so good at it now. They've got everything covered, in all certain areas. But it doesn't matter, because we have the shelter of the Lord through you. You have allowed us to come under the shelter. So those things that smashes, my smashing us all the time, were sheltered under this, transcendental umbrella, and because of that, we can grow. We can move through our obstacles because we're sheltered from fire, and we can actually begin to see our obstacles. So
you see, you learn her game. You see her game, how it works. Yeah. So because people don't, they don't see it. They see it to a point. Like some people with the higher consciousness, they can see, okay, look what they're doing, but then they stay in that, and they don't know they're being tricked into their energy is being siphoned off them, and they're feeling that level of fear. They can't get over it. Even this lady, this Christian lady, they can't get over the fear. There's a thing. So that locks you, that keeps you in a prison.
Yeah.
That's why you need the strong. That's why Lord Caitanya is what I realize how important this avatar is. I mean, the realizations I get, I can't believe it, man. It's like, boy, that's why I compared being, like as a Christian, which was good, having Christ. But this is the latest avatar for Kali Yuga to help us overcome everything,
Yeah.
and even practically, like to understand what's going on now, we need big help, and that keeps this bhakti burning brightly even in this time. And people will see more and more of the shell. This is why this is the perfect time to preach this. This is, in a sense, better than when Lord Caitanya was here at that time, because that only reached India. This preaching will reach the world because we have the communicate. They only had, look what they had to go foot to foot and all that stuff. Here, we're reaching the whole world by this media. Look, you guys are all different parts of the world, and this vibration has changed people's lives. I have barely met anybody, and people's lives are changing because that's the media. So see, the demons are leveraging that to control the world, or the demon, the Maya. You could just say Maya, to control the world also, and so we're leveraging the media to free the world, free everybody.
Yeah.
So this is not a threat to anybody, actually. This is the great mercy of Lord Caitanya, is to free the demon, demigods, anybody and everybody, is to give real expansion, real blessing, real knowledge, real immortality, everything that everybody wants, but in truth. Okay?
Yeah.
So, I mean, who wouldn't, this is our Sadhu Sangha every day, is to get that more and more clear and have a great time doing it. See? And that's then gradually more and more we realize, because everybody wants to be happy, whether you're a demon or demigod, everybody is trying to be happy. Well, this is it, man. This is the happiness of God. We're showing it more and more, demonstrating the glories of the happiness of God. The happiness of God is this devotion for the Lord and devotion for the devotees. The Lord is very devoted to his devotees. He worships his devotees himself, because he sees the glories of his own devotees, what they can do in this world. They changed the world. Could you imagine if Prahlad was not here, Hiranyakashipu would still be in charge of the universe? Yeah. It's only because of Prahlad and his preaching and the power that to draw Nishingadev to this world, to defeat the Hiranyakashipu is very powerful. See, and our preaching will defeat all this stuff going on. Why not? We're drawing that Lord. Man, all that comes from him. And you think that's any big deal, what they're doing here with all their toys of technology and AIs and all that? The Lord created all that in his dreams, much less his waking state. This is all the Lord's dreams. He's like dreaming stuff. Yeah. And all dreams, all you have to do is wake up and the dream is finished. See, we're here to wake up that dreaming Lord. You've been dreaming too long, Lord. You've just been getting your feet massaged by Lakshmi too long and on your chest. It's time for us to pinch those feet, tickle you, get you up there, get you out of bed, for God's sake. You've been sitting in the hearts of everybody asleep. They're dreaming all these things. And Klaus Swan, we got to wake that guy up, man. Put a smile on his face, tickle that guy, man, He's barking up the wrong tree. He's trying to shape the world the shape of the world is not very nice. It's not even good for him. He doesn't have any idea how much karma the God's heaped on him. So, my God, you're going to have to suffer, man. It is an illusion, man. Lack of knowledge. Come here. Get the goose, man. Otherwise, you're going to get goosed. Come, give us a word.
feel is to listen to here, to you, it levels up your consciousness, it promotes your consciousness, and everything becomes clear. Also the position, also what's going on with these others, the other souls, the other people, and it's so very clarifying, and a little bit of listening here is so much more value than listening to and engage in their habits and in their visions and then in their programs. And it's at the same time it's very clarifying. I can see Krishna is also promoting them and offering them the promotion, but they still haven't got the faith and the attraction to come here. The big picture is becoming very clear by engaging here.
It's nice clarity, isn't it? It's nice to be clear. I love it, man. It's great, man.
It becomes so simple and funny.
Like a big joke, man.
It's a joke and a joke and a joke, and the joke becomes more obvious every time, and that's part of this happiness, this enthusiasm is just bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's getting more funny, and even with that comes the strength. Yes, I feel every time I have to laugh, it's also I'm getting stronger and stronger, and they are getting smaller and smaller every time.
The demons are shrinking.
Yeah.
Everything is shrinking.
Yes.
Mine is shrinking.
I feel a lot bigger. I don't feel. I even don't feel myself when I'm looking. I just observe, and it's the proportions are really getting funny. Yes, when somebody has a big mouth and a lot of nonsense is coming out and a lot of bullshit. It's like literally it becomes smaller, and seeing that with these eyes here, it's very funny.
Yeah, because Krishna is a joker. He's always cracking jokes, and we're getting in his mood. What's this to him? It's all his play, the whole thing, man. Everybody's taking it seriously because they're under the influence. See, we're under the influence of Krishna's transcendental potency, Vrindavan mood, He was inviting the demons so he have something to play with. He likes to play with the most dangerous things. He played with Caitanya. He just tightened his belt, jumped into this lake that was poisoned, with poison. It was killing even his devotees, but he just jumps right in there, and then he plays with Caitanya, lets Caitanya wrap his coils around, and he's going around like this, and and just playfully dances on the hoods. Isn't that kind of what's going on here? Yeah, boy, because we're just our thing is worship, man. Playfully worship the Lord of Vrindavan, Radha and Krishna, the Queen and King of Vrindavan. Oh no, the Queen, was it the Prince and Princess of Vrindavan? It's more the mood of them. They don't like king and queen. Yeah, that's Lakshmi Narayan type stuff. They like to be free, prince and princesses, they're free, They're free to have secret affairs and all that stuff, hide from the authorities who have to, if you watch these movies with the king and queens, they have a lot of these Hallmark movies, with the about the king and queens, and they have the responsibilities. And if a person's he's a prince, and he said, well, we got to get you ready for the responsibilities of being king or queen. See, and the prince never wants it. No, I don't want this. Right there in the movie showing you. That's Krishna, man. He's the prince of Vrindavan. He doesn't want to be any king. Let that Nanda Maharaj do that. You know? Let Mother Yashoda do that. See, the king and the queen, they like their position. The king, what is the king? The maintainer, right? The king and queen, they maintained Krishna. That's why I'm moving that, you know, I like it that you guys are growing up so I can be free, you know, to be friendly, you know, not have so much awe and reverence stuff. And I can just be, you know, just free, more free, you know, not to be a king, you know, like a father or their devotees. I like see, in the world, you don't like your children growing up. Here, I love it, man. I think it's great. It gives me more freedom. Yeah. This one lady yesterday, she says, you never had children? I said, well, no, yes and no. But, you know, as a spiritual teacher, it's like I get some children here, you know, then I got to, you know, help them. And it's sometimes she says, yeah, I have a child and I'm concerned about the person. And you know, she's always wants to do all these bad things, you know, things that are dangerous. And I'm always... I said, yeah, I get that too when I have disciples who don't stay close to where the safety is. You know, safety is the devotees and devotion, devotional principles, you know, and not to go to Maya, who is inauspicious and causes problems. Yeah, that's when I feel concerned. But if everybody is, you know, like hearing nicely, taking shelter nicely, and I feel great, you know. I can relax.
We all can become more alive on this Vrindavan level.
Yeah.
There, everyone is 12 or 14 years old. Like,
well,
playful.
Not everybody.
Yeah,
they have different.
Okay.
They have, different relationships. See, Mother
Yashoda,
Nandamar. Yeah.
I mean the gopis. They were told they are forever young. They are forever in the playful mood and free.
Yeah. Of course, everybody ultimately wants to be free. You know, even though they think they don't, that's a conditioning not to be free. You get used to that. Maya conditions you. See, conditioned souls. She conditions you to live as a slave to her. And that's why she tricks people, because nobody wants to be a slave generally. Sometimes they just outright make you a slave. But the way Maya's worked to this point is she's tricked people into slavery into the system, you know, like Social Security cards. You know, you're just a slave. You know, you're a stock on the stock market. Can you imagine? I never knew any of this stuff. I find it interesting how Maya works. Maya's made people pretend they were free, and she's had them under the slavery system. You know, you have a note, they give you money, but they didn't really they give you debt. It's a big trick. It's a big keep you in debt. They give you a note. That note is is a debt. It's not real money. It's a debt. It puts you in debt to the system. That's why in the banks, they're doing this now more, is if they'd say, I'm sorry, we can't give you any money, that you don't get it. You thought it was yours. It's only a thought. And then you got a privilege until a point. Maya's like that. She's tricking everybody. See, so that's what she does. She tricks. That's because see, the Lord, that my divine energy is very difficult to overcome. But those who surrender to me can very easily cross it. That's us. See, we're learning and teaching the art of surrender to the Krishna, how to do it nicely in a beautiful way, in the way that's acceptable in the eyes of the Lord. where we're accepted. We accept the Lord, he accepts us. See? Simply accept the ecstatic devotees. See? Get that devotion, and then you bind the Lord with devotion. That simple. Yeah. Lalita, your turn. First, we got to hear, I don't have anything to say. Right?
So that I don't have to say already. Thinking about the beginning of your class. Don't tease me all the time, Guru Maharaj.
All the time, just sometimes. Let me have my little fun sometimes.
Of course.
I don't do it all the time.
No, I know. Yeah, Bhagavad Gita 10:10. Those who worship the Lord in ecstasy. Actually, have you seen my video of? No, that was 2 days ago. That I was talking about that. That I had the experience that the Lord makes me. That I saw actually, while I was chanting, that He became a swan, and that she became a swan, and that I became a swan. That He makes us into swans, because He's actually drinking from Srimati Radharani, and she's drinking from Him, and they make us drink from them. And it was actually a very beautiful picture. Yeah, I had it in my mind. It's really those who worship the Lord in ecstasy. Yeah, they give us so many gifts. Actually, they give us so many gifts. Have you seen my video of yesterday? I was wearing a brown teddy bear sweater. And I was talking about an experience that I had in a park. And I really felt a holy presence. I will make a video there. I will go back there. It's really very powerful. These are gifts that I never had in my life before, and now it's developing. You come in a place and you say, "What's this?" And you start to love. There is something here. It's a Japanese garden built in 2001, but then later I found out it has been a monastery. There must have been something. I need to find out what it is. But when I came there, I started to laugh and to cry. This is really so surprising. And 2 years ago with Johan, we went to a park, and he went there back now to a holy place. And we also had experiences there. And now again, today he had an experience there. This is so powerful.
Yeah, it's usually because devotees have passed there. It's just the same thing with the holy places. Holy places become holy places because of the devotees that pass through there.
Yeah. So now I discovered the holy place here in Ostend, and nobody knows that.
That's how Lord Caitanya and his devotees discovered it. They felt it intuitively. Bhaktivinoda discovered the birthplace of Lord Caitanya that way. And he found that the Brahmins were actually, they didn't know, they just created some place, because you can only with devotion can you begin to ascertain these things. Lord Caitanya, because of devotion, discovered Radha and Kund. See, so these gifts are given. Look at Mahavira. He didn't realize, he never had stuff like this happen. And then he was the river, and that, and he felt the devotion awaken. And then Lord Caitanya, the vision there. Even if he would understand the importance of that, he would be here in a second, but he's been covered, you just cover this.
Yeah.
See, this stuff, that's why there are miracles here, amazing things, because God is here. He's showing us. These are spiritual gifts given.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. This is so beautiful. It made my whole day because I had the grandchildren. So I also had something. It was not all for them.
Yeah. You should take a video of that place.
I will go back there. I wanted to go back, but yesterday I was too tired after having the kids. So, but
Yeah.
I will go back today or tomorrow. Yeah.
Isn't that amazing? Kids, they take your time, make you tired.
It's always been like that, Guru Maharaj. Kids are very tiring, you know. That's all my whole life.
Even this lady said, yes, she says, I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe I made the wrong decision to have children, you know, because she's a devotee, you know. Devotees, they like freedom, you know. And now she has to think about, you get a daughter that, you know, teenager that likes to go anywhere and anywhere, go into dangerous. You're always thinking, you know, because they're like part of your body, you know.
And never
Oh,
quiet.
such a disturbance for devotees, you know.
So many
You don't
souls.
like it.
Janardhan knows.
Yeah, I told her, I said, listen, this is the way it is. People come through you and they're not always good. She said, well, why did God give me a devotee? You know, but, well, that's just that habit, you know. It happens. You know, Dvaita Acharya had children. He's like
6.
God. And he had some that were non-devotees, Mayavadis, had 10 kids or something. And
Oh, I
then a
don't
couple
see.
that were really good devotees, but just Bhakti Vinod was like that. Prabhupada was like that. You just never know, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. I will make a video. I hope
Yeah.
the weather is a bit better today because it was raining that day.
Yeah, we had a lot of people today. It had like up to 23, 24 actually. I think we hit 24. Where are they coming from? I think we got some new people. You know who's been preaching? We got our bulldog out there preaching. Pitbull. What's her name? Shamaguri. She's out there collecting them. The Vites, getting them over there. That's great, man. We need somebody out there in Vite land to pull them in. And then probably those people, because she's got like 3 or 4. She says, hey, I got 2 more today. Yeah. Okay, so that's good. Why don't we? I'm going to read another verse. I can't help it, man. This is got to do that. One more verse. Man, this is fantastic, man. What treasure just to relish these words of God are the treasure to be able to taste them, man. You know? Yeah. See? Oh man, everything here. One who is factually convinced of this opulence. Oh, wait a second here. Oh God, everything. I don't know what to read first. Everything. He who knows me as the unborn, as the beginningless, as the supreme Lord of all worlds, he only, undiluted among men, is freed from all sins. He who knows me as the unborn. See, and that devotion you can see related to that too. When that awakens in you, you realize this is eternal. This is unborn. It's unborn, but like that's why Jesus said you must be born again with that, the unborn. You must be born again with the unborn. Amazing paradox, huh? The unborn, man. And you realize it's eternal. That's how you get, this is who I am, man. This is actually who I'm related to. I have a relationship with this. The unborn. Devotion is unborn. It's eternal, right? But it has to be born in us. It's like being birthed. That's why it's a perfect, these sayings of Jesus are so wonderful. You must be born again. Born, you think but see, if you're mundane like Nicodemus was at that point, he was thinking, born again? How can I go in my mother's womb? See, the body, it's always the body, being born again in the body of a womb, of a physical. No, you must be born again. This born, the eternal, the immortal has to be born in you. See, now you realize, that's the unborn. All right, the unborn, we got that going now. All right, let's stay with that. Let's stay on that. Come on, okay. The beginningless. See there, where's the beginning of the devotion? Do you see any beginning to that? Do you see any end to it? I don't see any beginning or end. It's just there because, like magic, it appears by engaging in devotional service. Because we got the gift, the grace of Lord Caitanya. Listen up, everybody. That's the secret. Get the gift of Lord Caitanya. We got it. He's given the ball to us. He passed the baton to us. You're going to get it? I think you got to come here because prove that you have it, man. Prove that you know these verses very intimately, very deeply, very exactly as they are. Prove it. Then we're brothers in devotion. Because only those kinds of person can do, but I find that's very rare right now. This is, as the beginningless, as the supreme Lord of all the worlds. You know who the Lord thinks? Radha is my Lord. Krishna's thinking, Radha is my Lord. Radha's thinking, Krishna is my Lord. See, that's why when you get devotion, you realize, that's the Lord of all the worlds is devotion. That's why Krishna says, I'm controlled by my devotees. Their devotion is my Lord. I'm their servant. See, I'm a servant of my servants because devotion is my Lord. Hey, why wouldn't we say that? Well, you won't say that when you don't have devotion. You'll think that you're independent of devotion. And you're not, because you're devoted to your money. That's your Lord, man. Money's your Lord, man. Devoted to your kids, right? Kids that keep you, concerned and meditating on all their nefarious activities. There's your Lord. See, this is like Mother Yashoda. Who's her Lord? Her kids, right? Her kid. Krishna. But she gets very ecstatic following his activities. He's a higher level of experience, a bliss. See? So we're always controlled by devotion, right? But Krishna's controlled by devotion. See, the little Krishnas here in this world are controlled by devotion, but to what? To who? See? Mahamaya, here, let me present Krishna to you. Money, gold, silver, beautiful technology, cars. Just worship me, meditate on me. See? And then you get the result of that, the happiness of gold and all that. It's not a very nice ras. You become miserly. You ever see these rich people? Most of them are like this. They won't give you a farthing because that's the way attachment. You want it all. See, look at the billionaires. Could you imagine, Lalita, if we had $1 billion? But they're never satisfied. They need 2, and then 3, then 4. They got to be multi-billionaires. And they'll never be satisfied with that. Even in the Bitcoin realm, these guys, they have to own all the Bitcoin. It's not enough they have just, 1 Bitcoin. They want 2. No, they're not even 2. They want thousands of Bitcoins. Millions. This is the world. See, it's very, very addictive, we become very attached to it. Can you imagine you transfer that over to Krishna, how attached you get? And what a different Ross. What a different happiness. What a forever bliss. What a forever freedom. Even here, like Narada Muni. I'm as free as Narada Muni, except in the bodily situation, because I got this body here. Little limitation. Yeah, tolerable with as long as this stays, the forever bliss, right? The unborn stays with me. Let's have that born. I like the born again every day. You know, it's like having Easter every day. You know, let's get this bliss born here. Let's bear this bliss. See, bear, isn't it great? You bear the bliss and you bear the bliss. I can bear that, man. Let me bear the bliss, man. Let me bear the bliss of the word, but not bear the unhappiness of the word of illusion. That's also a word out there, twisted, huh? My God, Maya is really amazing, you know. People are bearing, you know, the unhappiness of now disinformation. This is the new one. Maya's got all these things, disinformation. That's the government. They're getting people to take shelter of disinformation. You know what that is? Lies. Programming of lies. This thing is really good for you. Oh, and they say, disinformation is the truth, that is poison. That's disinformation. See, the lie is the disinformation, but they say the opposite. That's how Maya controls people. You can expand that all the way to the demigods and the demons. It's all disinformation. It makes you it makes you miss the real essence of the information. Dystopian, not utopian, right? Dystopian. This is how the world is perpetuated, the miserable world, the world of Maya, from the demons to the demigods. Disinformation. The whole thing is, people talk about disinformation, the government, it's all disinformation, man. New Age is disinformation. Anything without devotion is disinformation, man. You don't know the truth. You can't know the truth. All you can do, being a guru without bhakti is disinformation. It's not the right information. The book is supposed to be the real information. It's in there. That's why by the action of the book Bhagavat and the devotee Bhagavat, you get the real essence of information, real truth, and be set free from it. The disinformation everywhere, all the way up into religion, these religious gurus and everything. You're under disinformation, therefore you're not as free as real devotees who have real devotion. See, this isn't disinformation. This is the narrow gate, man. This is the real teaching. This is the real essence of the verse, the real meaning of the verse, these verses. Everything else is disinformation when it's distributed by those who don't have real bhakti and real prema. They're not seeing clearly. I can see clearly. Amy, what's that song now? I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. Without devotion, you ain't going to see clearly enough. Gorhar, you're not supposed to have coffee. Disinformation. Krishna, you're just a hoot, man. Disinformation, how you just tricking everybody. Where are you going to find a class where you find that everything is disinformation out there, except here? Or anywhere else there's real devotion? Give me a word in Maya and I'll relate it to Krishna and I'll show you what's real. It's bullshit. It's great words. Isn't this fun? It's like playing in a sandbox of Krishna. See, we use him to have fun, man. That's the thing. You got to learn to use Krishna to have fun, man. Yeah. This is no fun. I can use the Maya to have a little fun too. You know, see how we have a little fun with this stuff. They take seriously. We take it like disinformation. It's a great word, man. When you see it proper context. The Supreme Lord of all the worlds. All the worlds. Hey? See, Supreme Lord. That's why devotion, that's it, man. You get that, then you get the Supreme Lord of all the worlds. No devotion, you won't even see all the worlds, right? You are not able to look in Krishna's mouth and see something special. This is Krishna's mouth here. Yeah? You look in his mouth and talk about what we're seeing. He only undiluted among men is freed from all sins. Oh, I like that. Yes, see? That's the associates you need to find in this world. That's the guru. See? You need somebody free of all sins. How do you know? They chant the holy name in great ecstatic devotion. We're generating people like that. We're generating real sadhus like that. You know, you're proving that this is real, that here, this is the real high path, man. This is Bhagavad Gita in persons. See, in persons. The verses are in you. See, you're undiluted among men, right? Can you see that? You are the verse. See, why? Because that bliss, that bhakti is in you. Those realizations are in you now. Why? Because you're in the verses because of bhakti, because of attachment to the name of God in ecstasy. Those verses live in you. See, that's the relationship. That's the essence of what life is all about, whether you're a demon or demigod, is this relationship, is freedom, emancipation from illusion forever. Undiluted among men. Where's the delusion here? You see any? We eat the delusion for breakfast, man. And help people understand it. Because they don't understand the delusion, right? They don't understand the D, see? D, the big D, delusion, disinformation, dystopian. That's Maya. See, you come here, you're going to see utopian, the essence of information, the essence of the truth. He makes everything beautiful. See, free from all sins is you need to be around devotees who chant the holy name, because unless the Lord gives you freedom from sins, you cannot chant in ecstasy like you see devotees here. You'll chant for millions of years dry. You got a dry guru, you won't be attached to the Lord. No, you'll be just work, right? Work. Distribute cookies, book distribution. Hey, man, why aren't you working for Krishna? You don't have time to read. And then if you just read, that's all you're doing is reading. You need to hear. You need to be a Mars Prikshit, hearing from a Shukadev. That's the Bhagavatam, man. That's the path. That's the Gaudiya Vaishnava line. Not reading. Hearing. And being purified. And then, man, then you speak the vibration and liberate people by your word. Where they just believe in your word, their sins are forgiven. You want to be somebody like that? Go hard. How dare you? What do you think? Well, you can see the result of these words in the actual experiences of the people hearing them. I know they're cutting. I know they spark fear in many people, but they do the job. They liberate, man. We just grab people and throw them on a bank of the Yamuna to look at Krishna forever. We bag them and tag them like Klaus Schwab wants to do for the Lord. Then the Lord keeps track of them. We don't need any of these AI things to keep track of everything that people are doing. My Lord is looking at these devotees. We go there, we grab them and throw them on the Yamuna to look at Krishna, and he tags them. And he's always looking after them, keeping them safe. What, you think this is safety they're doing? Maya's always tricking. She's not going to keep you safe. She wants to get rid of you. She has no love for you. She just looks at you and says, you stupid fool, you believe in me? Let me show you the result of that. It's not very good. Oh, you won't listen to those devotees at Lord Caitanya's Amazing Grace place? Oh, well, let me show you what I got for you. Let me give you some gurus who will speculate you into my prison, keep you in my prison, and you'll believe you're free. Just like people in the world. What is the big difference of these people think they're free in America and they got a social security card, they got a birth certificate, you know, they're on the stock exchange, they're the stock, the cattle. What's the difference between that and having gurus who speculate on the philosophy of deliverance and can't deliver you, and they keep you under their speculations. They can't free you, and they say you're free. What's the difference? You're just tricked all the way through religion until you come here. It will free you from religion. You can see Bhagavad Gita, right here, 18 chapter 65, 66, abandon all varieties, really free of all that, because we don't speculate, man. We're under the shelter of the verses as they are. We're under the shelter of the bhakti that awakens from the verses as they are. And we keep unlocking. This bhakti is like a key. What do you think Jesus said? I'm giving you the keys to the kingdom there, Peter and everybody else. That's my disciples. The key is this bhakti. It unlocks the verses. It unlocks the freedoms from those who hear those verses from you and find the shelter, find the freedom also. I knew that from the beginning of reading the Bible. I just knew from another life, obviously. This is my deliverer here, Jesus Christ. He delivered me from the illusion, my God, immediately like that. Just by being in contact with a real representative. John, who really represented the real Jesus from his heart. Give me a devotees association. I don't care who they are, where they are. I don't care if they're Aborigine. If they have the symptoms of devotion, I want that association. That's the way the Lord is. It's devotion that attracts him, whether he finds it in a real sincere Christian or a sincere Vaishnava. Those who are non-devotees offend his devotees. They don't have the eyes of God. Therefore, automatically they offend his devotees, therefore offend him. They're offensive to him. It's like smell. You don't like my devotees. You can't tell who is a devotee. You want to learn what a devotee is? We'll teach you, man. You want to know what a non-devotee is? You need to know that too. Because if you think a devotee is a non-devotee and a non-devotee is a devotee, that's illusion, right? You think darkness is light and light is darkness. If you think the mode of goodness is light, then you got to go deeper than that, because it's just the glow. It glows more than the mode of passion, the ignorance. There's a little more truth in that, but not the full truth. So I can go on, but I'm not going to. Let's take a break now for a while. We had enough fun in the sandbox. And let's play the song here, I guess. Mm-hmm. Fanny, are you ready?
He would go out at sunrise, chanting, dancing to his name. Haribo, Haribo. He would wake up everyone, rise and rejoice to the name. Haribo, Haribo. Mukunda Madhava, Govinda Hari, Haribo, Haribo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come to taste and give away the sweetness of his brain. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all you have to do is stay to the sweet chanting of his name. Haribo, Haribo. Every day the sun will rise, and every day the sun will set. Haribo, Haribo. What's the value of your life if devotion you don't get? Haribo, Haribo. Take the name into your heart, take it with you when you part. Haribo, Haribo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come to taste and give away the sweetness of his brain. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all you have to do is stay to the sweet chanting of his name. Haribo, Haribo. Yashamati Nandana, Brajaparana Kada. Haribo, Haribo. Jehovah Adonai, Yahweh Jesus Christ, Haribo, Haribo. Rajachana Palana, Asura Kurana Shana. Haribo, Haribo. Al-Rahim Al-Malik, Al-Muhaymin As-Salam. Haribo, Haribo. Shirata Ballava, Vrindavanatapa.